How we doing, Cowboys? It's Mr. Lanky coming to you with our next live stream. What we're going to discuss today is how to get a job. Yes, someday you will have to actually get your own money. You can't live with mom and dad forever, kiddos. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get your own job. And when you get that job, you're not going to get it right away. You got to go through a job interview first. So we are going to talk about how to fill out a resume, which is more or less step one in the process, later on when we're talking about Word. But one of the very essential skills that you are going to need to do is you are going to know, after you're done with this training, how to dress properly for an interview. The right stuff to wear, the wrong stuff to wear, things that you may never even have thought might be something that comes up in an interview, but it does. We're also going to talk about the kind of things that you should say or not say in an interview while you're actually at the interview with the interviewer. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. We're going to talk about how to dress for success, how to look your best for a job interview. Now, more or less, when I am teaching, the very first couple weeks of school is a very important time for me because I like to establish with my students that I am a serious person and that I take my class discipline seriously and that messing with me is not a good idea. Now, obviously, this is not something that has happened yet because we are all doing our courses online and I'm not exactly in a position to show the full regalia that I like to wear, which is the business suit. Okay, so I do that on purpose. When you wear a suit, it says something about you. It says, I am here for business, and I'm a very serious person, and I should be taken seriously. So if you want to be taken seriously, then you should probably invest in some good-looking clothes, a suit, okay, for that job interview. Okay, let's talk about first impressions. You only get one chance to make a first impression. That is a true statement. Think about it. When you walk into a classroom and you see your teacher, if he's wearing blue jeans and a t-shirt, and he's got that slacker kind of slouch to him, it's like, hey, bro, hey, all right, yeah, come to class, bro. That's the guy that you can turn in late homework with. But you come into a class with a guy in a suit, and he says, I expect this to be done by Friday, you're pretty sure he means Friday. And it's going to be maybe not even accepted at all if you turn it in late. So you get one chance to make a first impression. Make it a good one. How you dress tells people what you want to do. And I love this. I love this meme. My boss told me dress for the job you want, not the job you have. Now I'm in a disciplinary meeting dressed as Boba Fett. Dress for the job that you want. Okay? Do you want to be a boss someday? You can start off as a peon. You can start off as a regular Joe worker. But what job do you want? That job is to be the boss someday. If you look the part of the boss, then the management person that you are interviewing with may say to themselves in the interview process, I like this kid. He looks like he's got the potential to someday be a boss. Certainly looks the part. So, dress for the job that you want. Okay, let me ask you a question. We're talking about appearances. What does this guy do? Everybody knows this guy is a policeman. Alright? The uniform says the guy is a policeman. That's what he is. That's what he does. What about this guy? What does he do? He probably sells drugs. He's a slacker. He probably doesn't work very hard. He probably doesn't get up before noon. He looks like a person who is not really interested in doing business. Okay? What about this lady? Nice tie, jacket, well manicured hair. Obviously in an airplane. So she's a flight attendant. Pretty obvious. But the uniform also, even if she wasn't in the plane, would probably tell you that this lady is a flight attendant or some kind of customer service kind of person. What about this girl? This girl looks like she probably sells you weed. Okay? She too has the look of a slacker. Okay? So, what you wear makes an impression on the people that you are talking to. You come in dressed like this, no one takes you seriously. They all basically assume that you're selling drugs on the weekend and you're probably going to be a PR nightmare or an HR concern pretty soon, okay? So, what you wear makes a difference. Suits, my friends, suits are the uniform of the business world. This guy looks like he's all business. This lady, she's all business, okay? These people are ready to work because they are wearing suits. Ladies, you may wear suits. It's okay. It's 2020 or later. But you must look good in your suit. You must look like you are taking care of yourself and making good choices. So, a jacket with matching skirt or pants is a good choice to start off with. Pants are okay. You know, you can go the Hillary Clinton route if you want to. But skirts are preferred, and they should be no shorter than the knee. Now, I know, girls, you've heard this rule before. Oh, where have we heard this? Skirts should be no shorter than the knee stuff. Is it possible that school has been preparing you for your business life? It's true. We're sneaky like that. We are trying to prepare you for a life in the corporate world at some point. We are getting you used to the fact that dress codes exist in the business world and that the rules that we have are frequently, often very similar to the rules out there in the real world. So, girls, if you've ever wondered why that silly rule exists, that's it. It's basically the same way in the corporate world. You can wear a skirt, don't make it go up higher than the knee. Safe colors: black, navy blue, charcoal gray, brown or tan if you're a girl. Like this girl here, she's got it going on. She's wearing some beige looking clothing. It's fine. Okay. What color's not on the list, girls? What color's definitely not on the list? That's right, pink. Pink is not on the list for a darn good reason. Pink is the color of little girls. Do not wear pink, girls. It says, I am not ready for the business world. If you recall, there was a certain movie done a long time ago called Legally Blonde, and if you haven't seen it, maybe take a look at it. It's pretty interesting. In it, a young girl named Elle, who is quite smart but a little bit ditzy, decides that she wants to be taken seriously and go to college along with the guy that she is very interested in. But no one takes her seriously because she runs around in pink frou-frou outfits with a little chihuahua in her purse and little pens with feathery little boas sticking out of them. She doesn't look the part. No one takes her seriously. The pink has a big part in doing that. It says, I'm a little girl and not ready for the real thing. Don't go for pink on your interview. You can wear it afterwards. There's nothing wrong with it wearing afterwards. But on the interview, it says, I'm a little girl, I'm not ready, so avoid it. Okay, your tops. Girls, wear a shirt. Okay, a cotton, knit, or silk tops. They're all breathable, they're all nice fabrics, they all look good. The safest color is white. It's conservative and it doesn't offend anybody. It's not going to raise any alarms if you wear a white shirt. Okay, your purses and shoes, ladies. Very important. Says something about you. Closed-toed shoes, pumps, those little heels, the small ones. No spikes. Girls, do not wear your, how can we say this nicely? Shoes that would remind you of someone who has a job that works at night. Okay? Don't wear your spiky shoes. They look like you are trying to gain sexual attention for yourself, and that may signal to people, in some people, they may signal that you're going to be an HR nightmare. In other people, including women, it signals that they should be jealous of you, and why would you give them ammunition to shoot you down with? Don't make your shoes the issue. Make your qualifications your selling point, not how you dress. Okay, so some conservative, nice pumps with some 1 to 2.5 inch heels is perfectly fine. Do not wear your giant stiletto heels. Don't wear your bamboo clog or what is it? The pumps that have like the big thick heels that are made of that very thick wood material. Don't do that. Just wear some nice low flats. Okay, your shoes should always be polished and have no scratches or scuffs. It's the attention to detail in this area that some people look for. If you take attention, if you have a lot of attention to detail on your clothing, even the small parts of it, you will have great attention to detail on your job. And that's what people want. Okay, carry only one item, a purse or a briefcase, to the interview, not both. Don't appear too busy, ladies. Carrying a purse and a briefcase says, I don't know which one I want to be. Okay? Your hair, nails, and makeup. Ladies, keep it simple. Avoid using excessive makeup. Don't wear tons of makeup on your face. This interview is about your skills and qualifications. It is not a cosmetology interview. Okay? Wear a natural look. Don't overdo it on the makeup. Don't do the giant eyeshadow. Don't do the super duper Taylor Swift eyes. Natural looking is perfectly fine. A simple hairstyle, neatly combed, pulling the hair off of your face, wearing it up a little bit, that's perfectly all right. From what I hear, it says, that you take care of yourself, but that you're not obsessed with your looks, which could result in a detrimental, detrimental office work routine, so to speak. Okay? Your nails, once again, if your nails are excessively done, it basically says, I spend a lot of time on my nails. I may not be spending a lot of time on my work. Okay? Your nails should be manicured, not too long, not very long past the fingertip. Using a clear polish, maybe like just like a simple pink or red or something like that. Nothing outrageous. Avoid bright colors. Probably avoid black too. You don't want to say that you're mistress of death or anything like that either. So bright colors and black nail polish are out. Gentlemen, time to talk about suits. A single-breasted suit is where we're at, gentlemen. A single-breasted suit is the one where the buttons meet in the middle and go down. The opposite of this is a double-breasted suit, which is the one that goes clear across and the buttons start happening at the side. That is for sailors and shipboat captains. You are a business person. You wear a single-breasted suit where the buttons go down the middle. Jackets should have 2 or 3 buttons. Only button the top 2. Maybe just middle one. Never all 3. If you do all 3, you look like you're too stuffy and I don't know how to wear this suit. Never all 3. 2 buttons. That's enough. Maybe just 1. Maybe the top one. Not all 3. Safe colors for you, gentlemen. Charcoal gray and black. Navy blue. Wait a minute. Is that it, sir? Is that the list? Gray, black, and blue? Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember, you may have been too young, but there was a whole big old to-do about President Obama wearing a tan suit one time. And a lot of people were seriously questioning the fashion appropriateness of the president wearing a tan suit. It was silly, it was ridiculous. Some people feel that way. Now, in San Antonio, it's hot. You may get away with it, possibly. Why would you bother? Why would you bother? Gray, black, blue. Knock it out, guys. Don't bring in your purple pimp suit. Don't bring in your red Steve Harvey looking ensemble. Don't try and copy your NFL fashion forward heroes who like to wear the super fancy get-ups. No. Purpose of the job interview is to show off your skills, not your fashion sense. It is to take the focus away from that portion of your body and concentrate on your mind. Your uniform, your business suit should say, I am here to do business. Don't pay attention to this. Know that I'm here for business. Talk to me about my mind. Okay? If you come in with one of these, like NBA guy looking suits, you're basically saying, I'm wild, I'm crazy, I'm outlandish, I don't know if I'm going to show up to work today. It's entirely possible I may not show up at all. Do you want to give that impression right off the bat, or do you want to play it safe and just say, talk to me about my mind? Obviously, I can dress myself. Okay? Gray, black, navy blue. Those are good choices. Your shirt, gentlemen, once again, white's a good color. Not controversial at all. No button-down collars. Like this guy right here, you see that little button right there, that little button right there? Don't wear those. They basically say, I'm a little boy and my mommy dresses me so that I don't take off my tie in the middle of church. Okay, so no button-down collars. Wear the regular collars that don't button up like that. Long sleeves only. When a guy wears a suit jacket and he takes off the suit jacket and he's got short sleeve shirts, it just looks weird. So don't do that. Wear long sleeves. I know it's San Antonio. I know it's 100 degrees out there, but you know what? You'll get respect for wearing this suit. Okay? Long sleeves only. Now, here's a very important thing that you probably didn't think of, gentlemen, and possibly ladies as well. You may do this too. Wear a short sleeve, plain white Hanes t-shirt under your dress shirt. Why? Why do we do that? I'll tell you why. Sweat. You're going to get sweaty. It's a natural thing. You're going to get nervous. Guess what? When you get nervous, what happens? You sweat under your arms. Do you want them to see that you're sweaty? You hide that sweat. You let that white t-shirt soak up that sweat, keeps it off of your dress shirt. Voila. You don't have sweaty pits. You're cool, calm, and collected. You're a guy that can be trusted with high-pressure situations. Bingo. Okay? Gentlemen, let's talk about ties. If you do not know how to tie a tie yet, what have you been doing with your life? I'm just kidding. A tie is very important in the ensemble of a person's business uniform. Okay, you have to learn how to do it correctly. What I recommend, the standard business tie, like this fine gentleman is wearing right here, is something called the double Windsor knot. Double Windsor. Pay attention to this. Write it down if you have to. The double Windsor knot. That is in essence, that is the best looking tie to wear. I know that there's a million other ways to do it, but you know what? Sometimes you look like a pimp when you're doing that kind of crazy, different, weirdo tie that, your favorite rapper has. Okay? Sometimes you just look weird doing it. Go with the double Windsor. It says, I can dress myself appropriately for the business environment. Do not worry about me, boss. Okay? The tie, when tied, should be straight right here. It should go straight down, and it should be in the middle of your belt buckle or so whenever you're done tying it. That is where it should be. If you have to retie it, man. If you don't know how to do one of these double Windsor knots, my friend, there's this wonderful thing I hear. It's called the internet, and you can find a billion YouTube videos with guys who are there to help you out, helping you learn how to tie a tie. I will also show you how to tie a tie when we get back into the school environment. If you're going to a job interview, if you really need help, hey, come to me before the day before you go to an interview. I will put the tie around my neck, tie it up, and then take it off of myself, and then it's ready for you to do what you need to do with the next day. Okay? But learn how to tie a tie for yourself. It's a thing you need to do as a person who is going to be an adult later on in your life. So learn how to tie the double Windsor knot. Now, colors. Colors are good. Colors should somewhat be in the same range of colors. Like if you're going to wear a blue shirt, maybe go with a green tie, because green is a color that's in there. Maybe a little bit of purple tones would be nice, okay? But if you're going to wear like a white tie, you can pretty much go with any tie color. But here's the deal. Red is the power tie color. Think of Donald Trump. Donald Trump, businessman, all his life, president, United States, super powerful guy, blah, blah, blah. What color is this tie every single time? It is a red tie. Every time, red tie. Power tie colors, that's what that is. That was something they did in the 80s. They said red is the power tie color. Okay? Red is the choice if you want to make the most bold impression. Do not go for the novelty, funny, I'm so clever tie. You can go for the ones that's got the paisley patterns. You can go for the ones with the designs in them. But keep it conservative. And I don't mean like Republican conservative. I mean like you're going to church. Don't be wearing the one with the funny little smiley faces on it. Don't be wearing your emoji tie. That's stupid, and it basically says I'm a kid and I'm not ready for this job yet. Okay, so no novelty or funny ties. I don't even care. I don't care if it's cool, like a Star Wars tie, or you really like Japanese stuff and you have like a tie with like Chinese characters all over it. No. Business tie, plain red tie. Plain red tie would work every time. Okay, just do it. Select a good tie, tie it up right. Be ready for that interview. Gentlemen, your shoes and belts have to have a statement of their own as well. Business and professional type shoes. Do not wear your Nikes. I don't care if they cost $500. Your Nikes do not belong on your business suit, and they do not belong in a job interview. Okay? Wear You don't have to wear super fancy shoes like this, but here's the deal. You should wear a nice, professional business type shoe, polished. Okay? Okay, if you're gonna wear a black suit, you're gonna wear a black. If you're gonna wear a black suit or a navy suit, you need to wear black shoes. If you are gonna wear a brown suit because it's San Antonio and you can get away with that kind of stuff, then you must wear brown shoes. Okay, don't try and match black shoes with brown suits. Don't try and go the brown shoe with the black suit kind of. Nah, match them up, bro. Okay, always polish those shoes. You take care of the little details on your outfit, you will take care of the little details in your job. That's what they notice. That's what they think about. These HR people are professionals. They run through hundreds of interviews. They will look for the slightest little thing to reject you and make it say, this guy, he's probably going to flake out on us. He's probably going to be gone within 6 months. Okay, but if you've got that kind of thing, like those little ticks that they look for, like did they polish their shoes? Does their belt match their shoes? Those kind of things will get noticed by HR people that are good at companies that are smart and know what they're looking for. Okay, so your shoes should match your outfit. They should be polished. Your belt should match the color of your shoes. And I know this is Texas. I know this is San Antone, where we got the rodeo. But cowboys, leave your belt buckles at home. Don't do it, okay? Don't wear your big giant, big old belt buckle. No, cowboy. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't wear your giant belt buckles. Okay, just leave them at home. They're just there's no place for it here. Now, guys, we gotta take care of our hair. We gotta take care of our nails too. Okay. Here's the deal. And ladies, you can listen to this information as well. Get a good haircut 1 week before an interview if possible. If you know about that this interview is coming, get a haircut a week before. Why? Folks, let me tell you. What if your what if your barber butchers your head? What if you get a bad haircut and it's the day before the interview? Then you're going to the interview with that bad haircut. What if you get it a week in advance, though? Then you've got a little bit of time to grow out your hair a little bit and then get it recut and redone a little bit, and maybe your head looks presentable for your interview. But if you get that haircut the day before the interview, then you're stuck with that haircut and you're going to look like trash. Trust me, folks, I know what it means. My wife, bless her, she's great at a million different things, but haircutting's not one of them. And one time she decided that she wanted to try her hand at haircutting over a Christmas break. I told her that she could do it right after we went on Christmas break. And guess what? It was a good thing I said that too, because I needed to get another haircut before we came back from Christmas vacation. Because, oh my God, she butchered it. And it looked terrible. And I'm just very thankful I had 2 weeks to grow it out so that I could get another haircut right before we came back to school. So, 1 week. Get your haircut 1 week before the interview. That'll give you time to grow it out and recut if they butcher you. Unless you're really cool like me and you got some awesome hair, don't overstyle it with too much gel. Once again, gentlemen, it looks like you spend too much time on your hair and not enough time on work. Okay? Think of John Ralphio from Parks and Rec. Don't be a John Ralphio. Okay? Don't be all like, whatever. Okay? That's No. Don't overstyle. Don't do too much gel. Don't do too high. Just nice, conservative looking haircut. Okay? Will do you wonders. Okay? Now, guys, you got to pay attention to your fingernails, okay? Your nails should be short, you should be well groomed, and gentlemen, I don't care if you're going to get a job as a mechanic, clean out those fingernails. Get that dirt out of those fingernails, get them out from underneath them, okay? I know, you might be saying to yourself, but sir, it'll look good if I have dirt under my fingernails. Show them I'm a real man, and I'm a hard-working man. Yeah. Everybody polishes up for the interview. Everybody tries to look their Sunday best at a job interview. If you don't clean your fingernails, it looks like you're a worker and you'll never be a boss. Okay? It looks like you're always going to be a worker and you're never going to be a boss. And companies, I'll be honest, companies are always kind of sort of looking out for the people that they can train to be management someday. And if you come in on your first day of your job interview and you look like you could be management someday, you've got a leg up on the competition that all looks like they're going to be workers. Look good, gents. Jewelry. Ladies and gentlemen, women, you should limit your selections of jewelry to a watch, some small earrings, and a ring on each hand as necessary. Maybe a nice little necklace. Nothing super fancy. No big dangly earrings. No big giant hoop earrings, girls. No big old giant bracelets all up and down. Leave your James Avery at home, girls. Okay? Keep the focus on you and what you are saying, not your giant jangly earrings. Okay? Keep the focus on what you're saying, not what you're looking like. Okay? Gentlemen, wear a watch. Wear a ring. Wear your wedding ring if you got it. Wear your college ring on your other hand if you've been to college and you've got one of those college rings. Gentlemen, leave your earrings, your ID bracelets, your rope chains, and all that nonsense at home. No one is impressed with your 24-karat gold diamond ring, big old Jesus and Mary, Madonna, medallion. Okay? Nobody wants to see that at a job interview. It's ostentatious. It says, I am all about the looks and I'm not about the work. Okay? Leave all that stuff at home. Dress conservatively. Dress simply. Don't try and don't try and make it out like you're like some, fashion icon. No one cares. They want to know if you can do a job. Keep the emphasis on your brains and your mouth, not on how much bling you can possibly stack onto yourself like Mr. T. And for God's sake, no blingy T. Now, last tips. Perfumes and colognes. Avoid them. They can be overwhelming to some interviewers who are allergic to such things. Okay? Also, if you smell like their ex-boyfriend, you're going to make that girl in the interview cry, and then she's not going to want to hire you because you're a bad, bad man who hurt her. So leave those perfumes and colognes at home. Just do just do deodorant. Deodorant is fine. It's not going to kill anybody. It'll make you smell professional and good and everything like that. Don't do perfumes. Don't do colognes. You're going to knock somebody out, or you're going to make them have an allergic reaction. That's the last thing you need for a job interview. No body piercings. Leave your nose rings. Leave your excessive 8,000 piercings. Girls, if you're one of those people, like it used to be a thing, if you're one of those people that puts a little thing right there in your lip, don't. Just don't. Okay? If you're a septum piercer, don't do just take it out. If you've got like big giant lip rings, and it's cute. Don't get me wrong. I've seen girls with it. It really works for them. Don't do it for the job interview. Remember, one of the biggest things that I need to tell people whenever they go into interviews is that you are not interviewing with your friends. Okay? You are interviewing with old people like me who think that the things that you're doing now are weird and they don't like it. So the more that you can convince people in the job interview that you are a normal, regular, just one of those upstanding kind of individuals who's going to do their job and be productive and not be super concerned about like social media and keeping up with the Kardashians and all that stuff. If you're going to be one of those regular old good guy working every day kind of people, that's who they want at the job. Okay? They don't need Kim and Khloe. They need a hard worker who does the job that they need them to do. Okay, so if you're coming in with body piercings and tats all over and everything, that tells them in a screaming voice that you have other priorities than working. Okay? Cover up your tattoos for interviews. Folks, when you see me in school, know that I have tattoos. I was a sailor for 10 years. I'm allowed to have tattoos. Okay? But guess what? When I go to job interviews, I button that shirt up nice and tight. And I make sure that you can't see the back of my neck or my back. And I wear a nice, thick shirt so that none of my tattoos show through. Okay? There are people like Mr. Rodriguez was a guy who used to teach here. He was in the Army and the Navy, so he had plenty of tattoos. He had sleeves all the way down to his wrists. But guess what? In the job interview, he wore a long sleeve shirt that was extra thick so you couldn't see through the shirt and see the tattoos underneath. Cover up your tattoos. For God's sake, don't get any tattoos on your face or your neck, like up here, okay? Or your hands. Don't tattoo up your hands, Okay, I'm not trying to offend anybody's parents, but facial tattoos and hand tattoos basically say I should not be working in the corporate world. I should not be put in front of customers because that is like it's gonna scare the old people away. Okay, don't get tattoos in very obvious places that you can't cover up in a job interview. Or alternatively, alter you can just like wear makeup, I guess. The better idea is to just not get tattoos in really obvious places that you can't cover up. Okay? So, cover up your tattoos, take out your body piercings, don't wear perfume because people might be allergic. Okay? And for God's sakes, oh my God, I can't believe I actually have to say this. Before you go to the interview, wear deodorant and brush your teeth. If you've never invested in a stick of Speed Stick or Old Spice before in your life, before you go on a job interview, go down to HEB and buy one. Okay? Put on some Old Spice. Everybody loves Old Spice. It's great. Brush your teeth thoroughly. Make sure you gargle. Make sure you got your bad breath. If you need to, chew some gum before the interview, but keep the wrapper. Okay? You can chew gum, just keep the wrapper, and make sure that before you go into that interview door, you are getting rid of it. Okay? Before you go in the building, get rid of it. Put it in your pocket if you have to, but keep that breath fresh. Okay? You don't want to knock people over with your bad breath, and then the interview is over before it starts. Okay? So, that is pretty much what I want to talk to you about as far as dressing for the interview is concerned. And now you've made it into the door. Congratulations. You're in the door. You're at the interview. You have, gone there. Well, let's talk about what you do during that interview. There's some stuff that you should do before the interview, but there is also some stuff to do during and after the interview that you, as a soon-to-be professional person, should totally know about. Okay? Now I've got it all set up here. Let's go ahead and split the screen again and take a look at what you need to do to have a successful job interview. Okay? What is an interview? Some of you don't even know. Some of you have never actually worked a job in your life. Don't even know. Okay? An interview is basically a meeting between a job applicant, you, and a representative of the company. Not necessarily an HR person. Sometimes you interview with your boss. Sometimes you interview with the HR person and not your boss. Okay? An interview is a meeting between a job applicant and a representative of the company. Somebody who works at the company who basically knows what the job entails, hopefully, and is looking for the right person to fit in that job. What you need to understand about every company that's doing interviews for jobs is this. They have a position that has to do a certain job. And they need to find someone as soon as possible to start doing that job. Okay, right now they've got a guy covering for that job. Maybe it's not his real job. Maybe he's doing it, but he's not really the person who is good enough at that job. They need somebody better. Perhaps they have a girl working at that job right now who is just like working extra to cover that job for the time being until they can actually get someone who can do that job. Okay? But what you need to know is that doing this job is what they need somebody to do. It's like, we need somebody to do this job. So they're going to talk to you and they're going to ask questions. They're going to see, do you know the things that we need you to know in order to do this job? Or can you be trained to do this job very quickly? So, an interview is a meeting between a job applicant and a representative of the company to figure out whether or not you can do the job they need done. What is the purpose? The purpose of the interview is for a company to get a good look at you. Okay, it's the company's chance to ask you questions about your work experience. Okay, they've seen your resume, but they want to know more details about what kind of stuff that you did to see how much it resembles the thing that they're trying to get done. And it's the company's opportunity to see if you would fit in with the other employees. There is some thing called company culture. Okay, certain companies have certain cultural values. Some of them are very conservative. They don't want people who are all like espousing social causes and stuff like that. And then there's places like Google who practically expect you to be a person of a certain political persuasion or something like that. Okay, there's a lot of companies who have like very different cultures. And if you go to a company that is super liberal and is like based in California and Silicon Valley and stuff, and you are like an ultra conservative, super duper Republican type of person who's very loud about it, they may not hire you because they're like, yeah, that guy's going to cause fights all day and we can't have that. Okay? So, 3 stages to an interview. First off, you have preparation for that interview. Secondly, you have to go to the actual interview. And then you have some things to do once the interview is over, some follow-up stuff that you need to take care of. Okay, so in preparation, research the company. Look up stuff about the company. See what kind of stuff that they're doing. Look at the job that they're asking you to do. Know what kind of things that kind of job does. Be able to talk about that kind of stuff. Okay? It's very impressive whenever, especially a kid, actually does the research and knows the company and says, I actually want to work for this particular company because you guys are doing some really good stuff. Okay? Practice, practice, practice. There's going to be questions about some things. You know that those questions are coming. Talk to people who have done interviews, talk to your friends, talk to your family, get them to ask you questions, have them sit down with you and grill you for a few things so that you're not nervous and you've practiced answering these questions for someone other than yourself. Arrive early for the interview, 10 to 15 minutes early. Make sure you are there early, just in case they get done early and they really need to have it done. But here's the other thing that I like to do. At least the day before the interview, go to that company. Plot your path. See what the traffic is like. Then you know that you can actually get there in the morning. Don't try and find the place the day of the interview, especially if it's a morning interview. If you get stuck in traffic, then you're late for the interview. That's bad. If you can't find the place, then you're an idiot. That's bad. Okay? Go the night before, at least find the place, make sure you plot the route out, make sure you give yourself plenty of time to arrive there 10 to 15 minutes early, and of course, just like we talked about, dress professionally. Okay? Things that you should bring to the interview. Make sure you bring extra copies of your resume. Sometimes they print out one, but there are 3 people doing the interview. If you are smart and well prepared, a good worker, then you might bring some extra copies of that resume. Bring a sheet of your references. References are people who will say nice things about how hard you work and stuff like that. If you bring your own sheet of references to the interview, then they have people that you know are willing to talk nicely about you, and they'll call them and they will talk to them about you. And so that's what references are. A sheet of paper that says, here are all the people that know how well I can work, and they're willing to say nice things about me. Don't include in your references people who would say bad things about you. That's just dumb. That's just stupid. Okay, bring copies of your transcript from high school or college, just in case. Just in case they want to ask questions about it. You never know. Okay, any supporting material, like certifications or things like that, if you've got some kind of thing, like if you are interviewing for a position about tech work and you want to be able to show that you can produce good code, maybe you bring in a printout of like one of the apps that you've created or something like that. Who knows? Supporting material is something that you could bring in if it's something that you would think would be appropriate. And here's something good. Bring a pen. Bring a notepad. Guess what? You should have questions too in this interview. There's going to be a portion in every interview, basically, where they're going to say, do you have any questions for us? Well, if they've been asking you questions about a bunch of stuff, and there are some things that you want more information about them, then you need to bring a pen and a notepad, take some notes while you're in the interview process, and be able to reference your notes when you're asking questions at the end of the interview. Now, the interview itself, first off, firm handshake. Firm handshake, folks. Very important. Some guys do it wrong, they love to crush you. That's just too alpha male. Don't do it. Some girls come in like weak fish. Don't do it. Strong, assertive handshake that basically says, I am a professional. I am here to do business. Okay? I'm not a dainty little flower. Nor am I a gorilla. Okay? A nice firm handshake. Give it a good squeeze. A good squeeze as you shake down. Okay? Don't try and rip the guy's arm out of his socket. Don't try and take the lady to the ground. But a nice firm double hit handshake while squeezing, that's great. Okay? Eye contact. Maintain eye contact with these people at all times. Don't be doing this. You're a submissive little, no, I can't take it. Don't be like spacing out, like, bro, where am I? Am I in an interview? What? Okay? Keep eye contact, not the piercing gaze of a psychopath, but a good eye contact is fine. Okay? Show respect. These people are determining your fate in life right now. You should show them respect. You don't have to beg, you don't have to plead, you don't have to grovel, but you do have to say, so yes sir and yes ma'am, and that will really go a long way towards impressing them that you are a mature individual who is ready to work in the business world. Be aware of your posture and your body language. Okay, there are some people who have like coached up body language and stuff like that, and who say things like, if you're too laid back, it basically says you're not interested. Okay, if you're too far forward though, if you're too far forward, then you're too excited and you're probably nervous and you're probably weird. Okay, so sit in the seat, put your butt in the chair, be nice and flat, but lean forward a little bit in your chair. That shows interest, but not too much interest. Just be comfortable. Lean forward a little bit to show that you are interested in this interview. Okay? No slouching, no looking around, no space cadetting or anything like that. Think before answering a question or ask for clarification if needed. Mr. Lincoln, tell us about your ideas about how to maintain classroom discipline. Well, I'm glad you asked that question. I like to think that classroom discipline is important because, okay, rephrase the question as you're coming up with an answer. Look thoughtful, okay? Don't sit there like, how fast can I flip a burger? Don't think that much before answering the question. If they say, how good of a burger flipper are you? How good of a burger flipper am I? Well, I'm really good. I've got a lot of experience. You know, that little pause that says, let me think about this answer. Okay, I've got your answer for you. Okay, think before answering a question, or if you're confused by the question, ask for clarification if needed. At the close of the interview, you kind of want to summarize the things that you think will be strengths for the position. Okay, you do want to say, you want to summarize what points you like about the company. Say, well, I really like the fact that you guys have a 401k. I think your salary is competitive. I think it's a very good rate for middle management positions such as this. I like the fact that your healthcare plan seems to be very well rounded, and it sure does seem to like cover all the bases and everything. Say what you like about the company. Ask what the next step is going to be. Very important. Shows that you are actually interested in getting this job. At some point in the interview, ask them, so when can I expect to hear from you? When do you think that you'll be wrapping up interviews and letting me know the next steps? Now, don't be presumptuous. Don't say, so when am I getting this job? That says you're an arrogant jerk. Okay? Just make sure that you say something about, so when can I expect to hear from you about this position? Okay? That shows that you are interested in working for them, that you're ready to do it whenever they're, ready to get you on board, and it shows that you're an intelligent, reasonable person. Okay? At the end of the interview, give them a nice firm handshake at the end, smile, say thank you very much for your time. Okay? And remember, first and last impressions count. Okay? When you walk in the door, you make a good impression. As you're leaving, don't undermine everything you've worked for. Don't say something stupid like, see you later, bro, or catch you later, or something dumb like that just ruins the entire effect of you telling them what a great and awesome and responsible business person you are. Okay? After the interview, it's always a good idea. It's very professional. It's kind of old school, but it'll create an impression that you are serious about this. It's a little bit old school, but send a thank you letter within 24 hours if possible, reiterating your interest, saying again that you are interested in the company and the position. Okay? Review what you did right during the interview. Think about what you did wrong and what you can improve on. I mean, you're going to walk out of that interview and like 5 seconds after you get out of there, you're going to be like, oh, God, I forgot to say this, or, oh, my God, I can't believe I said that. Keep that in mind the next time you go for an interview. Your first couple of interviews are going to be awful, probably. Interviewing is a skill. There are actually people who have jobs that their entire job in life is to prepare people for high-level interviews. Okay, interviewing is a serious kind of thing. Okay, you will probably need a few interviews under your belt before you get good at it. So when you go to an interview, maybe jot down when you're in your car, maybe jot down the things that you did right, jot down the things you did wrong. Think about what you could say instead. Like if you babbled a little bit or you like tripped over your words or something, hey, come up with something different next time. And if you haven't really heard anything, contact the interviewer within 10 to 14 days. Make sure you ask again about the status of the job and your application and when you can talk to them about taking the next steps. Okay? So, really quick, do your homework on the company. Be positive, show interest. Sell yourself, be confident, don't be a jerk though. Speak up and ask questions. Be as decisive as possible without seeming overbearing. Be creative, okay? And learn from your mistakes. The don'ts, don't oversell yourself. If you didn't go to Harvard, don't tell them you went to Harvard. Don't be arrogant. Don't be a jerk. Okay? Don't dress down. Okay? Dress in a suit. Don't dress in blue jeans. Don't stray off course. Stick to the question. Don't be like give this rambling 30-minute interview answer about like, life, the universe, and everything when they just asked you if you can make a cup of coffee. Okay? And for God's sake, don't be late. That's ridiculous. Okay? Handshake. Get up a little bit whenever you're giving a handshake, okay? Never sit down while giving a handshake. It looks lazy. Keep eye contact and smile through the handshake, okay? Have clean and dry palms. Here's what I like to tell people. As you're getting up out of your chair, notice my hand position comes up across my pants. Now my hand is dry, ready for a shake. Always greet people by their names and always use a firm handshake, not that limp fish stuff or the gorilla grip. Okay? Now, if you can, at home, practice some handshakes with people who have an interview with. All right. Sorry, went a little bit long, but basically, let's just go ahead and call it a day here. Thanks, folks. Talk to you later.